One Piece. Chapter 1083. The Truth About That Day. Chapter starts. In the Kamabaka Queendom, Sabo explains everything on what really happened in the Holy Land Mary Joie. We accomplished everything that we see out to do. All three objectives have taken care. We officially declared war by destroying the celestial dragon symbol. We rescued Kuma-san. And freed as many slaves as possible. Finally, we managed to find and destroy the Holy Land's food reserves. So what was the fallout? Dragon asked on Sabo. It was nothing to sneeze at. But we got the world's attention. And the Navy ended up sending the big guns. Meanwhile, we triggered uprising in 12 nations. Where we held strong influence. 8 of which is successful. Said by Dragon. Ivankov reply. Well, you say 8 were successful. But one of them vanish. The Kingdom of Lulusha. The headlines cover everything, but the 7 others have all declared their intent to no longer pay the celestial tribute. Or comply with the exploitative exploiting of their resources. Dragon said. On top of that, the Revolutionary Army is attacking the government supply all over the world. To stop resources reaching from Mary Joie. Added by Ivankov. According to the information, that the Holy Land is an impenetrable fortress because of its location. Ivankov was happy about the outcome of their plans. Now we'll see how they like living under siege. They'll finally get a taste of what it is to live in poverty and hunger. That what I call a result. Dragon. Indeed, we may not be able to cut of all their supplies, but we're squeezing them slowly but surely. They must be struggling by now. As expected though. They're not a simple enemy that going down easily. Our real battle will start when they mobilize the Holy Knights. Dragon knows that their real battle is not started. Unless the Holy Knights is on the move. Ivankov warns Sabo that the world government will make him their #1 priority. Or should I call you the Flame Emperor now? After what happened in the Reverie. The government gave him a title, the Flame Emperor. But Sabo didn't want to call on that name. It doesn't matter the truth behind King Cobra's assassination. The news make you a hero already. In the eyes of revolutionaries everywhere. Authority figures within the world government are hated for being a subhuman monsters. Dragon acknowledged King Cobra for being a good ruler of his nation. But the misfortune happened on him as a great loss. Sabo added. This might be cold to say, but while I feel bad for what happened on King Cobra, I think I can leave with the way this all played out if it's fueled the flames of rebellion, added by Sabo. My, you really are unshakable. Said by Dragon. And Ivankov asks Sabo on what's really happened on Reverie. Ivankov asks Sabo about the truth about the news that released by Morgan. According to Ivankov, everyone was shocked about the news. And they are crying and desperately finds an answer on what's the truth. Because they have believe on Sabo. And they know that Sabo would not make a mistake like that. A flashback starts over a month ago. At the home of the gods in Holy Land Mary Joie. Not long after the Reverie begun. The celestial dragons is in panic. They're attacking the home of the gods. Said by one celestial dragons. Everyone was freak out because of chaos caused by revolutionaries. Get out here and save us, you lousy bureaucrats. They even blew the storehouse. We're under attack. The chaos that made the celestial dragons in panic was made by the 4 captain of revolutionary. This is outrageous. First they attack our beloved symbol. And now the plebs have taken away our exquisite food. The other celestial dragons blamed their guards for allowing the revolutionary army to make a chaos to the Holy Land. Even in this situation, the other celestial dragons still selfish and blamed others on what's happening. The celestial dragons in panic use their slaves to get away. You deranged snail. I told you to hurry. What would you do if something happened to me? The poor slave was crying even though he is a former pirate. I've had enough. I'll walk. Consider yourself fired, you useless piece of junk. And the celestial dragon pointed a gun to this slave. But suddenly, Karasu appears out of nowhere and takes the gun from the celestial dragon's hand. My gun. The celestial dragon doesn't know what happened. Karasu. Who do you think you are? And Karasu uses his devil fruit ability, crawling soot. And Karasu's crow talks to the slave pirate. Escape to the east of the city. Said by the crow. The slave shocks a little but then he agree. And the guards has arrived. They shot Karasu using their guns, but Karasu doesn't bother on their bullets. And they secure Saint Plumbing to safety. And the other guard shots Karasu continuously. Blast him till there's nothing left. Added by Saint Plumbing to the guards. The guards was shocked on what they see. Karasu uses his ability and turns his body into black soot. Karasu's soot crawls in the guard's foot. And the guards doesn't notice that Karasu is already in their backs. Karasu's attack called Abalasut, and all the enemy was crushed in one attack. Karasu is the northern captain of the Revolutionary Army. And he ate the soot fruit. On the other side of the Holy Land, Lindbergh used his laser shooter to shots the chains of the slaves and freed them from slavery. Lindbergh tells them to hurry up and go to the east side of the city. And the slaves was happy because they are free again. All the slaves is thankful to Lindbergh and the Revolutionary Army. Lindbergh reply, "You can thank us when you totally free." Lindbergh notice a huge explosion not far away from him. They're going at it over there. Karasu talks on Lindbergh using one of his crows. And said that the enemy is headed in their way. So release as many slaves as possible. Lindbergh reply, "Leave it to me." Karasu and Admiral Fujitora has clashed to each other. Karasu use his crow Renkin against the Admiral. But the Admiral doesn't bother on Karasu's attack. And the real battle has begun. Morley, the West captain of the Revolutionary Army, is currently fighting against Admiral Ryokugayu. "Oh my. This boy sure likes to play rough." Morley said on the Admiral. "You're the ones destroying the city." Reply by Ryokugayu on Morley. And their clash continues. The other celestial dragons who caught on their fight has bad-mouthing the Admiral. "Damn you Ryokugayu. I'll make you pay if one of us gets hurt," said by one celestial dragon. And Ryokugayu was pissed off because it's impossible to fight while protecting the other celestial dragons. Admiral Ryokugayu is in bad situation because he can't use his full power, while the other celestial dragons is in the area. And Ryokugayu noticed something. "Fujitora, what do you think you're doing?" Fujitora replied, "I'm calling a meteor strike." "Don't be an idiot, that's a terrible idea," said by Ryokugayu on Fujitora's plan calling a meteor. "There are 2 admirals here. If we were anywhere but the home of the gods, that'd be enough power to turn any battlefield upside down," said by the Cypher Pole agents. Bluno was surprised on the revolutionary captains because they can fight almost equally against the admirals. "Just goes to show they're no pushovers," Kumadori added. Inside the Pangaea castle, Karasu calls on Sabo. "Sabo, don't you have the keys on this collars yet?" Sabo reply, "I just found out where they keep them. It won't be long." Sabo is running inside the castle and called on Lindbergh. Sabo saw Kuma inside the Pangaea castle and told it already on Lindbergh. Sabo told to Lindbergh that St. Charlos and St. Roseward is still planning to get a revenge. Lindbergh can't believe it. And St. Charlos is still planning to take Shirahoshi and to make her slave. Lindbergh, "I won't forgive them for treating Kuma like that." "Yeah, we won't let them get away with it," added by Sabo. Then Sabo called on Morley and asked if everything is ready. "Okie dokie," replied by Morley. While Jewelry Bonnie is running inside the castle too. Vivi's is currently talking on Rob Lucci. "Vivi, can't you buzz off? I'd rather have Vice Admiral Garp's help." "Don't worry, we'll protect you," replied by Rob Lucci. "Like you protected Shirahoshi?" "Oh, wait, you didn't." And Vivi is sure that St. Charlos is going to show again and take Shirahoshi. While King Cobra is going to enter inside the meeting room. But the guards didn't allow King Cobra's guard to enter. Chaka and Pell was surprised. But King Cobra said it's okay. "This won't take long and it would be tedious for you to wait outside. It'd be a much better use of your time to look out for Vivi. She's always been a mischievous one. You can't let her out of your sight for a second." King Cobra orders on Chaka and Pell. "So, what's the purpose of this meeting?"